guys, this Metal Killerist, and you were just listening to Down the Slopes of Death by Amon Amarth. Came off of Versus the World. It seems like it's been a long time. It's in 2002 when that came out.
Yeah, that's great.
Off of Metal Blade Records.
While,
you
though,
can
yeah.
you can check out their new album, Surtur Rising. I always like their names. It's pretty fun to say. And then that's off of Metal Blade Records also. So, let's get started today. And, what news do you have to bring us today?
Well, today it looks like Anthrax, as we all know, they just lost their guitarist, right?
Yeah,
doing
Rob.
something else. Yeah, Rob's gonna do some
produce music.
Yeah, looks like he's doing something else for a while.
Yeah.
Still in the music game though, but yeah, it'll be sad not to see him up there.
Yeah.
But it looks like they've tapped Shadows Fall guitarist.
Nice. John Daniez.
Yeah. So that's definitely they're definitely gonna keep me going forward and fast because that's a great guitarist, and yeah, I can't wait to see them tear it up.
Yeah, and we saw Anthrax with Rob, so we can, if they come back around town, we can kind of see, what's up.
Yeah.
So, another Black to Hollow Murder, new album Ever Black off Metal Blade Records. Not really, too excited, but I'm always happy to hear stuff like that. And keep on the same note, ex-Anthrax singer Dan Nelson quits Black Gates. It was kind of like a heavy metal type vibe. I mean, it had Paul Bostaff as their drummer, which was, he was a great guy. He played on, Divine Intervention, God Hates Us All, Diablos and Musica, all with Slayer, and then, did stuff with it. He's kind of like Gene Hoglan. He kind of subs out for everyone, and he's just a good drummer altogether.
Also, we got Seven Dust is filming for a new video, Decay. They're making that into a video.
Nice, all right.
That might be cool to see.
Oh, yeah. Exodus concert, a tribute to Paul Bailoff. It's been 10 years since his passing.
Wow.
And, the tour is called Bonded by Bailoff. And you guys should for sure check that out. And on the bill was Possessed, Heathen, and Forbidden. Which, it's funny to see Heathen because their guitarist, Lee Altus, plays in Exodus also, so he kind of has to double time that. But, altogether good stuff.
It looks like you guys are into reading a little bit. Testament guitarist is going to perform Geek to Guitar Hero book launch, getting some books out there.
Yeah. It's always good to produce a book out there once in a while.
You gotta. It's in New York. There'll be a lot of people there. Everybody wants to hang out with Testament in New York, and hopefully the book launch goes well.
Yeah, for sure. Death Angel is currently in the studio.
Good.
Absolutely. We saw them also, which was phenomenal. I mean, love me some Death Angel.
Yeah.
And right now we should play a song off of it, huh?
Let's do that. I want to hear some.
This is Claws in So Deep off their Relentless Retribution. Good. Enjoy.
Claws in so deep they're ripping through the other side. Blood into this trap with broken promises and lies. Conceal the taste of turpentine and serpent's kiss. On and on and on, it never ends, this fucking mess. The proud black wings, another messenger from hell. The parasitic disillusion.
guys, this is Metal Killers. You were just listening to Claws In So Deep off Relentless Retribution. You can find that on Nuclear Blast website. Alright, so, in other news, Megadeth, Testament, and Shinedown members to be featured in Dean's Live from NAMM. Okay, that's one of our things. We need to go to NAMM. You know,
Absolutely.
You know, it's always, you know, it's like
Absolutely.
our Comic-Con. You know, it's just
Yes.
everyone's there. Kerry King, you know, everyone. Just it's good times down there.
In other news here, if you're a fan of Metallica at all, or still even care, Jason Newsted said that James Hetfield is the best at playing guitar and singing at the same time.
That's tough to say, because there's a lot of great guys that do that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
There's so many, you can't really spot on some person, you know? Just because you played in his band doesn't mean you can just automatically say that, you know?
He's good, though. I mean, definitely
he's
great.
for sure one of my top 5, obviously, you know, but there's, you know, Dave Mustaine is good, singing and good, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's tough to say with that kind of stuff. Let's see here. Black Sabbath, Rage Against the Machine, and System of a Down members guest on a Device debut. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that would be good to hear some of that.
Oh yeah. And let's play a song here. Let's play something. Let's play some Slayer. I've been really upset that I haven't played Slayer yet, because that's, you know, one of our all-time favorite bands.
Yes,
And
it's been too long.
and off our favorite probably album, wouldn't you say?
Yeah,
Divine Intervention.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. I love them all.
Yeah, but that one really hits it head on. It's with the drummer, like I said, with Paul Bostaff. He's one of the best, and when he played on that album, he was super young, which is really surprising to hear. Let's play one of our favorite songs off of this called Fictional Reality. Enjoy.